Whenever y'all ready, let me know.
Ready?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, my speech is about how to make Kool-Aid without sugar being left over in the jug. A lot of people say, what is that? You ever make Kool-Aid and you got a little bit of sugar at the end of your Kool-Aid where you got the sugar at the jug? Okay, so my invention, my way of doing it is you take either some hot boiled water, you take the boiled water, I do it in the microwave. I take a cup of water, boil it to its highest point, take the sugar and Kool-Aid and pour it in a jug separately, together already. And once the water is fully boiled, I take and pour it over into the Kool-Aid and water. Just the amount of water that I need to turn the sugar and the Kool-Aid back into a liquid. Because sugar and Kool-Aid starts out as a liquid form. So when you heat the sugar up, it turns back into liquid, and therefore you won't have the sugar at the bottom of the jug. So what I do is I take that, melt it down, I take another jug of ice and add it to it to cool it down. You know what I mean? So that way you have you actually turn it back into a liquid form, but it's like a syrup. That's basically what you're making. You turn the solids back into syrup. So when you add the ice, that cools it off too, so you won't have a hot temperature as far as the water going. It helps the ice and the Kool-Aid, the sugar and the Kool-Aid blend back together. Because once it's hot, everything is separate, it just turns around. So to cooling it, you put the ice in and cool it back off. And you stir until it dissolves, which is easily done because of the heat of the water. And I place it in the freezer, let it get as cold as you want, and you got your Kool-Aid without the sugar at the bottom. So when you end in your jug of Kool-Aid, you won't have that little bit of sugar still leaking down in your glass, and you stop yourself from getting sugar diabetic. At the end of this, I would definitely like to thank Eric Perkins for inventing Kool-Aid from the first place. That's my informative speech for today.
And where did you find out about Eric Perkins inventing Kool-Aid?
Well, I found out he made 6 types first. I have never tasted one of them. That's my biggest thing. I want to taste the pineapple, lime, something like that. But I think he did it because he said it was hot or something, and he wanted to make some different flavors instead of the same flavors all the time. And here's the picture of Mr.